Have you ever wondered how you can track your calories without obsessing over every single bite? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I track my calories in a mindful way without obsessing, but still am able to commit to and accomplish my goals. So today's video is sort of a two-in-one. What I eat in a day that has been helpful for me to not only lose 7 pounds in my first month and a half, or actually it was my first month of restarting weight loss and health and wellness journey, but also without restriction. So that's such an encouraging thing for me, and it's something I'm excited to share with you, because if you're like me and you've struggled with like yo-yo dieting and going up and down in weight, maybe even like just binging and overeating, or some people would say compulsive overeating, things like that, then this video I think is going to be really helpful for you, because I'm going to also tag onto the what I eat in a day. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for how to shift and readjust your mindset so you can track your calories in your food in a way that's mindful, but also full of self-control and giving yourself grace and just sticking to your goals. Okay, so for breakfast today, you will see I had an English muffin with a baked egg that I made in the oven, obviously, chicken sausage by Applegate, and I also put like a little less than a tablespoon of cream cheese. Super filling, yummy. I love it. It's delicious. You get your protein, your fats, little carbs. That was 317 calories. Today I actually tracked on MyFitnessPal, which was really great because then you can see the macros, and I'll go over that at the end. Then I made my favorite drink that I love to have every morning. I make my own homemade skinny peppermint mocha, and I use Fairlife fat-free milk. I use 1 cup of that, about a teaspoon of the Dutch processed cocoa by Ghirardelli. Oh, so good. It tastes amazing. There's like a huge difference, between that and other kinds of chocolates. It's just very, how would you explain it? It's just very rich and flavorful, and a creamy chocolate. It's like the best way I can explain it. But that's super delicious. I put about a shot and a half of espresso, although I should probably do less because I was very irritable and cranky today at CrossFit. So I definitely got to scale back how much coffee I put in that. But that drink was just 93 calories. I also add like a teeny tiny little drip or two of peppermint extract. You don't want to do too much because that can really just kill the drink if you do too much. In addition, with that breakfast, I had a cutie, and that is 45 calories, bringing my total for breakfast today 456 calories. I wrote down here that it was very filling. I felt super satiated and just perfect and ready to go, fueled up for my workout for the day. Then later on, after CrossFit, after homeschool and all the things, I got lunch ready for the boys, and they asked for hot dogs. I was going to make myself a sandwich with like turkey and chicken breast and all of that, but I ended up salivating over the hot dogs and ended up having a hot dog with the bun and some pretzels on the side. I had wanted a banana too, but we didn't have any more, and I didn't want another cutie. I need to go to the market. So that total was 320 calories for the hot dog and the bun. The pretzels were 120. So that is 4 and 4, 440. And then I had a Poppy to drink. I love Poppy. I've been using that as a way to transition away from soda, even 0-calorie soda. Aside from just being low calorie, it's also good to consider, if it's part of your goals, your health and your gut and all that good stuff. So I'm transitioning to Poppy. I only have it once a day or less, maybe once every other day. Sometimes I try to save it for Friday because Poppy is pretty expensive. So altogether, my lunch was 560 calories. And I'm sure I would have had a lot more protein today had I done the sandwich I had originally wanted to do. But I actually got quite full off of that lunch. So I just eat when I'm hungry, stop when I'm full, and move on with my day. And that's actually my first sort of tip for you if, you're kind of struggling, or you hear people out there say, oh, you shouldn't be tracking your food. Some people say like, oh my gosh, that's so disordered to track your food and like obsess over your calories. Well, there's a difference between having an awareness because you are aware that you have a goal. Maybe you're also aware that you have a problem if you're trying to recover from binging or overeating or being overweight, obese, etc. So it's good to know, like, okay, I recognize I have a problem that I want to fix. So therefore, I have a goal, and I can have like the wisdom and discernment as to how much I'm going to focus on the things that I know will bring me success, right? Which traditionally, people have to find what works for them, whether that's WW, macros, a certain diet or lifestyle, community, whatever it may be. But right now, a lot of people, in general, will tell you that it is in many ways calories in versus calories out. That's why people who are on Ozempic are doing so well, because it just really affects their appetite, among other things. Not that I endorse it, I'm just saying. And so, if that's the case, then one could reason that if I don't want to go that route of taking medication that has side effects, maybe it would be wise to track my calories and kind of get a sense for what's a healthy amount for me, where I still feel full, but I'm in a deficit and I can reach my goal of being a healthier weight, reduce inflammation, reduce pain and aches in my body, which that's something that I have. And, a big part of that is recognizing I can do this and I can have self-control, right? Because if we latch on to that, oh, it's always disordered, that's not fair and that's not always true. It might be for some people, it may not be for you or for me. So being honest about that is really important, reflecting on, am I obsessing over this, or am I able to eat when I'm hungry, stop when I'm full, track it, and move on with my day, right? After breakfast, get to work, do the things I have to do. Oh, it's lunchtime, lunch break, eat my food, track it, and just gather the data that I need so that I can reflect and see, like, how do I feel when I eat higher protein or higher carb? Am I feeling energized? Am I getting hungry? Am I, you need the data because if it doesn't already come naturally to you, I believe that this can be really helpful. So these are the 4 points that I'll interject here. Number 1, track it and move on, like I just mentioned. Number 2, eat when you're hungry. Number 3, eat till you're full. So stop when you've noticed that you're comfortably full, not so overly full that you feel sick, but just stop until you're full. And then number 4, fill your mind and your life with meaningful activities that support your goals, right? So if you want to be sure that this does not become an obsession for you, you want to make sure that you have more going on in your day and in your mind related to your goals, both mind, body, and soul, and that will help diversify what you're spending your time on, what you're meditating on, what you're fixated on, and being able to recognize if you do have a problem with obsessing is an important thing. And I would just encourage anyone with that issue to, consider working with a therapist for sure. Okay, almost done with the video here. Midday at around 1, I think, or 2, I made a Profi, which is 8 ounces of Busy cold brew with about 5.5 ounces of the Quest caramel protein, and that's 90 calories. It's funny because I didn't even necessarily feel like I needed the coffee or anything like that. I had a lot of energy and really felt great. I just wanted to have more protein. So I made that drink. But what's interesting is that after that, because I think I finished my coffee and it was later than I typically like to have coffee. I believe it was like almost 4:30 when I finished the coffee. I was noticing I was getting pretty hungry, but I was watching YouTube and just relaxing because I had CrossFit today and I felt kind of tired, so I could tell I needed some downtime to recover. And then I got really hungry. So got up and made burger patties. I made regular burgers for the kids, a burger salad for my husband, and I was craving just the burger meat with cheese and a sweet potato because I bought sweet potatoes last week and I've been wanting to make them, but I hadn't yet. So that's what I was hoping to have, but the sweet potatoes took way too long to make. I put them in the oven instead of the microwave and they weren't ready. So I ended up having a chuck burger patty with reduced fat provolone cheese on top, and then like a handful of chips And altogether, that was 429 calories. And I'm still like, I can be honest with myself and say I'm not completely full. I think that, I mean, I would love to have a banana. I'm like craving banana so much right now, but I don't have any. So I think I might actually end up, when I'm done here, uh, cutting up an apple and having apple and peanut butter. I definitely have the space for that in my calories for the day. I was actually under, how would I say this? Yeah, I think I had like 400 extra calories when I put in my CrossFit workout. If I didn't put that in, it was just 200 calories. So according to MyFitnessPal, my macros ended up being 160 grams of carbs, 63 grams of fat, and then protein was 84 grams. So my goal moving forward is to have a lot more protein, because I know for me, I'm much more satiated and, full and feel good, especially after dinner when I have more protein. The thing with me and chuck ground beef, I actually don't like it. I get kind of like, in Spanish we say aquiada, I get kind of like gaggy, like I'm like, ugh, I don't want any more, you know? And so I might, moving forward, buy lean ground beef. That's the plan moving forward. I think I just had that in the freezer and I just wanted to use it. So that's sort of my game plan. Again, this is why it's good to have the information and the data and be able to self-reflect and look back, because for me, I have not been recently a very good intuitive eater. So I know that having this data and tracking it for several months will help me gauge, okay, what is it that I need to feel full? Because in turn, if I eat enough and I feel full, I'm not going to like binge overeat and then, feel bad because I lost control. You know what I mean? So I hope you found that helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, I am attempting to post every Friday, and I have a whole playlist on this channel where I try to incorporate mental health, physical health in one, with my journey to hopefully, go down to a healthier weight, because I am currently like 48 pounds overweight. However, I only weigh myself once a month. It's just something for me and my mindset and my goals. I prefer to do it and track it that way. So join the community if you're on a similar journey, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay strong.